Hello everyone and welcome to my TJ Silver channel. Today I would like to show you a very simple technique using the new liquid Sculpey black clay and also some water-based inks. So without further ado, I'll show you what I did. Okay, first of all I cut some white souffle clay, and this was just rolled out through my pasta machine on a number 2, and the size of the cutter that I use for this is about 2 inches. And then all I did was bake it for 30 minutes at 130 and just put it on the side of a bowl just so as it gives it a bit of a bevel. And then the next thing you need to do is you get your Sculpey liquid clay, and in this case it's the black one. And I've poured a little bit into a little bottle top, and I've also got these bootlace ferrules. And all I've done is just started to just gently dip them in, just to coat them, and I'm just going to make a few circles and just make sure that the circles are completely there, as in there's no parts of it missing, and just make a pattern, totally random if you want to, or uniform depending on what you want to do. And this is quite a lot of fun, I have to say, but you don't have to do it with circles. If you can get the like the little Kemper cutters, you could do it in the squares or little hearts or all sorts of things really. It's just really showing you another way that you can just have a bit of fun with this liquid clay, and I think it's wonderful stuff. So that'll do for those ones for now. And the next size I've got here is a little white one, and I'm going to do exactly the same. And if you find that you get sort of the bottom, you've got, I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like it's covered the bottom, just use your needle tool, just poke it through. And then with this, just again, just make sure that you do actually get it all the way round. You may find that you're going to have to go back, or you go back to do another bit, but that's fine. You can quite easily do it like that. You don't want to put loads on there because it might smudge it a little bit, but it doesn't matter. This is really to sort of give it a very organic look, I suppose you could say, and nice and simple. And once you're happy with how many you've got on there, that one needs to be a bit more on that edge, then that's in, well, I like them to look quite very random, and that's enough for using that, very random, and I think it just gives it a nicer look. Anyway, once you've done that piece, what you need to do then is you get a craft gun, and all it needs to be is on the first setting, number 1. It doesn't need to be any hotter than that, and you'll start to heat this up and you'll see that the liquid clay will start to go dull, and then you'll know that it's cured enough for you to do the next step. It doesn't take very long, and I hope you can hear me clearly. It really is just move it around because you don't want to let the heat gun sit in one place for too long. It shouldn't burn, but you know, it is a heat gun at the end of the day. It's not as powerful as the normal heat gun that you can use for sort of curing liquid clay, like the Kato liquid clay, but it's still very hot. And you will notice that it does go quite quickly, and once it does, that's really all you need to do. It's a bit like when you use embossing powder on a card. You soon see the difference, you can see the change. And once you notice that it's done that, it should only take another few seconds. Like I say, it's not overly hot, so don't worry too much. I haven't burnt one yet, she says. So that to me looks just about there. Just double check, make sure I can't see any more. Yep, that looks fine. And then just set your heat gun to one side. Now all I've got here is some water-based inks, and these are the Stampin' Up range. I'll leave a link below if anyone, I believe most countries in Europe my daughter can, or you can buy from her site. And yes, I am pumping her because she does some wonderful stuff, but I'll put her link below. And these are just the Stampin' Up ones, and these they actually use to refill the stamp pads. And they are water-based. I didn't think I'd be able to use them on clay, but they work out quite well, and hopefully you'll agree. All I've done is put 4 little blobs of them into a little milk top again, and these little brushes, they're nothing special. I picked these up in a place called The Works. They were about £4 for a set of, I think, 6 or something, and they're sort of artist brushes. One came with a fan brush, and then there's one really long brush on it, and they are purely for artists, but I just like them, so here we go. All you need to do is just load your brush up and start colouring in the dots. I never thought I'd hear myself say that as an adult. But just colour it in and put plenty on. Don't feel that you can't load it up, because it's not going to come out, and you just keep it on there. Keep going around like so. There we go, I think that'll do. And you again just load it up. Do these as random as you like. You can do them all the same colour if you want to. Entirely up to you, or choose colours that you know you like. I like some blues. I've done one, the one previous I showed you was sort of blues and purples. Do one of the small ones. And then all you need to do is just a little bit of water, just wash the brush out, and then just give it a wipe off on a paper towel, just to get any excess of the oil, of the inks out, sorry, and then go to your next colour. Entirely up to you which way you want to go. I think this one's a sort of a blue. I do like these, I love the way it just stays in there. I think it's great. And that one I think will be enough for that. Once again, just clean your brush. Wipe off any excess. And now I've actually got a bit of red here, so that might brighten up a bit. And again, just as much as you can, so as it gives a chance for it to soak in. And it's quite therapeutic, actually, I have to say. That will do for that one. And then I think the last one I picked up was like a sort of a, might be another blue, but we'll soon find out. If we can actually see it. Yes, I think it's quite a dark blue, this one. And then all I do then is, you can let that sit if you want to. You will notice that the inks don't really dry, and that's why this little pot, I haven't had to cover it or anything. I will if I want to leave it overnight, so I don't want any dust or anything to get to it. But it doesn't dry out, so they will last a very long time. So all I would do with that now is put that back in the oven, and I would put that in there for probably about 25 minutes maybe. Maybe slightly less, but about 20-25 minutes. And let that sit to one side. And in good old Blue Peter fashion, here is one I did earlier, and this one has been in the oven, and as you can see, everything looks very dark and quite dingy. But all you need to do is bring your bowl, and obviously this has had a little bit of ink already in it, just dip it in your water and brush it off with your brush. And this is what I call when the magic appears. And why I say about loading it up is, the more you put on there, the more chance you'll actually get quite some really lovely colours afterwards. And there, look, isn't that lovely? I think that's really pretty, and for summertime I think it's gorgeous, just very subtle. So we want a bit of paper towel, just dry that off, and there we go. And if you want to coat it with anything, entirely up to you, or if you want to leave it like I have this one. And if you want to work out or see how you can do this thread, then Patricia Roberts Thompson does a fantastic video on this, and all this is a t-shirt, and isn't that brilliant? And just makes such a simple pendant, but I think it's so effective. And you can do them in all colours, and like I say, it doesn't have to be the circles, it could be anything you like. But yeah, quite pleased with that. And lastly, I'd like to just show you a little tip, or something that I came up with, sort of, and when I say sort of, there's a wonderful lady that did a beautiful tutorial on a wonderful bangle bracelet, and it's called Lots of Love and Glitter. Victoria Heisman is her name, and she did this wonderful tutorial, like I say, on this bracelet, and it showed her using some glue, but it showed the nib of the glue pot, and I thought, that would really be helpful if we could have something like that on one of these. And then I actually realised that one of these little small bootlace ferrules, and this is the smallest one I believe, and I've got a whole kit of these, so I'm not going to run out anytime soon. You can get these anywhere, eBay, Amazon, all over the place. But that was the smallest one I believe, and it's probably not even, probably about 1 mil, I would think, something like that. I thought, well, I'm going to give this a go. So all I did was stick this on the top, and you can push it quite far down, and of course that then reduces that size, and it enables you to use this a bit like a pen. Now I would recommend that you just have a bit of paper towel and just let a little bit come out. And what I've done here is I've literally just used a ball tool and just pushed some holes into this, just so as I can show you how easy it could be to just fill these up with a little bit black clay. And how fun is that? And you can do, you know, all sorts of things with it. I've done little things over here where I've just made, this is going to be probably a little key ring, and I did that, the white on the black, and I've covered it with some Kato liquid and sort of an initial. There's also one where you can sort of draw, that's my name there, obviously, little heart. But, you know, experiment with it, it's a lot of fun. And there is a bracelet somewhere, if I can find it, here we go. And this one here, what I've done is I've actually used it as a paint, and it just finishes off the edge of this cuff bracelet. I love this cuff bracelet, by the way, I'm quite pleased with this. Anyway, yeah, so there you go, just a nice little tutorial on just how to use liquid clay in a slightly different way. So have some fun, and any questions, please leave them below, and if you've enjoyed this video, please give me one of these, and if you wish to subscribe, please do so, and I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you very much. Bye.